The Slovenian philosopher Slavoj Žižek has about 8 interesting ideas, and we are going to talk about 2 of them today. The first one is I prefer not to, and the second one is Christian atheism. This might seem ridiculous, Christian atheism, but hold on, it's an interesting idea. Let's start with I prefer not to. Let us say that we are living in some sort of a lie. You know that there is something wrong in the world. You hear people from whom you get the truth, media, government, teachers, or just the physical reality. And you feel that there is something wrong. And one day a person offers to tell you the truth. He says that the truth is all he offers, and it's not necessarily pleasant, it's not necessarily pleasurable phenomena to know the truth. In the movie Matrix, Neo is a person who can feel that there is something wrong with the world. He doesn't know what it is. He's heard whispers of the word matrix, and he doesn't understand, and he wants to know what it is, and he wants to know the truth. When Morpheus, a person who knows the truth, offers him these 2 choices, Neo takes the one that leads to truth immediately. He doesn't think about it for even a second. He has a comfortable life in this world that he is living in. He is a software engineer of some sort, so he must be making good money, and he's some sort of a hacker, so he makes another money from illegal means. But he wants to know the truth, and he can't sleep without knowing the truth. He has to know the truth. It turns out in the movie Matrix that the truth is extremely disgusting and ugly and brutal. This world that we live in, or the world that Neo lived in, is not real. He is living in a simulation, but the people inside it are real. The bodies are fake. Those are simulations. They're plugged into the matrix. They're living in something called the matrix. Matrix is a simulation created by machines where they plug in the humans, and they need humans for some making energy or whatever. Now the truth of the reality is so disturbing, because when you get unplugged from the machine, you have to live in your physical body. First of all, you can't be just you can't remain plugged in that state, vegetative state. And then it turns out that you are at a constant war with the people, I mean the machines, who are trying to keep the humans asleep, and the people who are telling the truth, they are waking everyone up. Now at some point this will stop becoming an analogy, or I'm not necessarily talking about the film, because the film, yes, it's fictitious with the machines with noodle monster arms, etc., but there are people who would tell you the truth. The question is, would you want to hear it? Do you feel that there is something wrong, there are lies, and you have been fed lies? And the question is, do you want to know the truth? Because when Neo wakes up, when he has to live in his real body and he has to eat the real food, which is it's a tasteless paste made of cockroaches, because there are no farms anymore. It's 2100, it's 100 years in the future, and human civilization is gone. There are no farms, there is no sunlight. It's a terrible place to live in. They live in underground tunnels, sewers, and they live in these ships, and it's a horrible life. But now he knows the truth. He knows that everyone else is asleep, and maybe he can bend reality a little bit, but those are fantastic elements. Probably when you know the truth, you may not be able to enact magical powers, or you may, who knows. In the movie there is also another character who betrays the freedom fighters, the people who are trying to wake humans up from this very comfortable sleep, where they're sleeping and they're living their lives, watching television and struggling even get for promotions or whatever. They're living their lives. They're happy and they're asleep. There's a person in the real world where they're eating cockroaches. That person hates that he has been woken up. He wants to go back to the matrix, and not only he wants to go back to the matrix, he wants to forget the truth. So he makes a deal, spoilers, but He makes a deal with the agents of the machines that put me back into the matrix and erase all my memories of reality, and I would give you Neo and I would give you Morpheus and you can kill them or whatever, because he wants to eat properly. Because you can plug back into the matrix, but when you know that this ice cream isn't real, that this uh, any pleasurable experience you have is not real, you can't enjoy it because of the truth, and he wants to forget the truth. And yes, if the truth is so uncomfortable, if enlightenment would isolate you so much from everyone else, and you now know the truth, but at what cost, would you accept the red pill? Yes, it was the red pill which takes you to the truth. This is similar to Plato's, uh, is it analogy of the cave? It's allegory of the cave, in which a person who finds out what reality is really, he goes out into the real world, or he sees things for what they truly are, the ultimate nature of reality and existence. He's so isolated from the rest of the community that, of course, they don't want to believe him, they don't want to hear what he's saying. He ends up being killed, I think. Now the question is, would you want to know the truth? Are you someone like Neo who would immediately pick the red pill, or are you someone like Dwight Schrute from The Office, where Jim, his co-worker, plays a prank on him because Dwight likes the movie Matrix, and he sets up an elaborate prank where he makes him think that the Matrix is real and Morpheus, well, a twin brother of Morpheus, is real, and he offers him the choices. But Dwight says, "No, I am good, thank you. I would like to help your efforts and your freedom fight, but I'm getting married and everything is good." Now, would you hesitate? The answer is perfectly summed up in "I would prefer not to." If I am needed, if I have to go, yes. I mean, I would prefer not to. It's not that I don't prefer to. I would want to know. I don't want to be asleep. I don't want to be lied to. But as long as possible, I would prefer not to. In real life, there are these things. You see a person on television, on very mainstream media and articles, which talk about a particular country where you see, oh, they eat soil, they teach 1 plus 1 is 1, they push trains when the trains get stuck. This seems like a lie. But if that is a lie, then the media outlet you trust is a lie. The government that promotes this person is a lie. And similar people, all of them, where does it stop? Are you sure that you want to find out that you have been lied to and maybe the other side is right? Do you want to know the truth? How crazy would it seem when you go and find the truth out, and then you come back to your people, and then you can imagine how they would feel. So it's not just a matter of the Matrix, the movie. Maybe this reality itself has a truth that we do not know. Or I do not believe, like I personally do not believe in the truth or the enlightenment. I believe that some people have access to more truth than we do. They know more about the world. It's not that it's hidden, it's accessible. But the question is whether we want to accept it. And the message is that truth, when it's far into the future where it would be accepted, if you accept it now, you are deemed crazy. We have many examples, like starting with heliocentrism, people who have known the truth but were ostracized. Okay, enough about I would prefer not to. Moving on to the second part of this video, Christian atheism. Initially, I thought this was a weird synthesis of wanting to be Christian and appealing to your audiences who are mainly Christian, but also wanting to be real and progressive. So you are also an atheist, so you put these two things together. Something like National Socialism. So But it's not. Christian atheism is an interesting thing. You see, Christ or Yeshua was a person who believed that he was the son of God, and he genuinely believed that. And a lot of people also believed him, mostly after he died. But when he is being taken to be executed on the cross, he suddenly wakes up. He looks at the sky and he shouts, "Why God? Or why Father? Why hast you forsaken me? Why have you left me to die? Why are you letting me be killed?" In that moment, he becomes an atheist. He realizes there is no Father, there is no God. He's just a human and he's going to die for real now. There's no pretense anymore. I wouldn't use a bad word. His high immediately comes down and he's sober now. And Christian atheism is not just about this part, about God. That is why I want to talk about it. It's not just about God, it goes beyond atheism, a generalized form of atheism, where you not only realize that there is no God, yes, but what Slavoj Žižek and in Lacanian psychoanalysis philosophy, they call it the big other. Other is something who is not you,